Hello and welcome back to the channel. We're back from shooting this weekend. Bunch of cases everywhere. Had to run to Best Buy. Apparently a whiteboard got delivered for the wall back there. Let me set you up here because I got a couple things to go over today that I think could be helpful. Alright, we got you set up. First, I want to say thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. I appreciate all of you that gave me a thumbs up or commented this weekend on a couple videos. It's really cool. Come home to like 60 more subscribers, so that's always a good thing. But it's also forcing me to actually create some content. So as far as video content wise, I have a few videos that I want to shoot that I'm working on in between some of these customer projects. And those are on the way, so if you're here for the chainsaws or the axes or outdoor stuff, it's on the way. I'm going to try to shoot some more this weekend. So this weekend was like really cool. I got to film with Danny Coker, Kevin Mack. I got to film with John Force, NHRA drag racer. Got to film with Aaron Kaufman, who has a company now, Arclight Fabrication, I believe. And he was on the show Gas Monkey Garage. So that was pretty cool. Got to talk with those guys. Really cool, down-to-earth people. And Danny and Kevin did a nice little video for me for the channel. I'll show you guys at the end of the video. But this weekend was kind of all about audio. I had to pick up a couple microphones. And I was just thinking about like some videos I can create in the evenings that don't involve light or being outside. If you're just getting started on YouTube, I've helped a few channels recently, and then like a question I always get is, what microphone should I be using? Or what mics are out there? What's a good mic? So this video is not sponsored in any way. I've bought all of this stuff with my own money. I've had good experiences, bad experiences, everywhere in between, rotated the gear through. I don't like some of the YouTubers that just force the new thing down because they get it for free or it's sponsored. So I wanted to show you guys what I have and what I like and some of the rigs that I've made that also work pretty well for filming. So let's just say you're starting out on YouTube and all you have is a cell phone. I've had a lot of friends that have built YouTube channels into the 50,000 mark, 55,000 mark with just a cell phone before they actually went out and bought a DSLR or mirrorless camera. So it can be done. Even for live streaming, it's a good tool to have. So if all you have is a cell phone and you want to get started, I'd recommend the, and I don't have it here, I'll put it up on the screen, the Rode VideoMic Me. It's like 80 bucks, plugs into your phone, directional microphone. You can turn it either way so that you can capture clean audio in either direction. That's a good starting point for around 80 bucks. There are cheaper options, but I'm trying to show you guys some things that like buy it once, buy it right, that kind of thing. So after that, I just came across another microphone this weekend that I've had kind of an okay experience with, but I do have two boxes here. It's this VMic Mini from Saramonic. I think they're fairly new. You can wire these into a cell phone as well, but they're pretty much like an on-camera mic. And they're really tiny. So this is the mic there. This is another decent option. I haven't had, it's not like I have years under the belt with it. I bought it for like a B-roll camera this weekend and a couple B cams that I had some other people shooting with. And I did have an issue whenever I was monitoring it. Now I noticed a lot of people with this mic will plug it in. Some cameras don't have mic monitoring like headphones. I plugged it in and I'm monitoring the sound and I hear like a high-pitched sound. Now that was with the GH5 with the Ninja 5 on top of it. And I thought I was just picking up like some fan noise from the Ninja. Turn the Ninja off, I'm still hearing it in the headphones. I don't know if it was baked into the audio because I couldn't take the risk, so I swapped microphones. However, testing it today, I haven't noticed any type of sound or the noise that I was hearing. I did see another review too on Best Buy, I think, that somebody said it was picking up or making like a little bit of noise. Now that could be like the pickups in the camera, the preamps. So I had the preamps down in the GH5, probably all the way, because these mics tend to run hot. The Saramonic mic seems to run pretty hot. And then the Video Micro that I'm using on the Canon M50 right now, that one runs pretty hot. So usually I'm in the negative 12s or as low as it can go on the camera side and just letting the mic do the work. That varies from camera to camera, but I did get a little bit of interference this weekend on this camera. It could have been the location I was at. It's not doing it now. I ran out and bought another one. I'm going to try both mics for a little while, see if it was just a bad mic that I got. But I think that for 60 bucks, the audio I heard today, earlier, worked pretty well. So I would say that's an option. So camera audio too isn't the best. A lot of these cameras have mics in all different places. You know, sometimes they're on the front, sometimes they're on the back, sometimes your hand covers them. So mic placement is definitely something you got to look for if you're just using in-body audio, but you're going to pick up a lot of space. Let me show you what it sounds like with just camera audio from the Canon M50. All right, so here's straight out of the camera audio from the Canon M50, about 3, 4, maybe 5 feet away. That's what it sounds like without a microphone. So you should have heard a difference between the two. The level might have went up or went down. I didn't even adjust it. Just wanted to keep it the same. Now I'll show you guys the Video Micro, and we'll put the Saramonic mic on. All right, so we swapped mics. We're now listening to the Saramonic mic. Some mics have like a foam to protect from the wind. This one has a dead cat. You can pretty much swap between them. If you pull the dead cat off of this one, you can see how tiny this mic is as well. Doesn't require any batteries, neither does the Saramonic, but that's this microphone. Plugs in, dead cat will keep you protected from the wind. Pop it on top of your camera, you should be good to go. So this microphone is actually like right around the same price. The Saramonic's like $59 at Best Buy. This Rode is now like $50 at B&H. I think if I had a choice, I like the design of the Saramonic, but I've used the Rode a lot longer, so I still think that I would go with the Rode if you have the opportunity to buy the Rode microphone. So that's this mic. So talking about like cheaper options too, some cameras you can't fit that on the top, or you don't have the room. What I've done, especially with the M6 that had a flip-up screen, this actually has worked really well for me, and it's like dirt cheap to do this. But you can't mount a mic on top of a camera when you have a flip-up screen if you want to be able to see the screen for vlogging. So some people have mounted, bought bars to mount the mic on the side of the camera, and it really just makes the rig really big. The best thing that I've done, I think, so far, and you'll see it on some of my cameras. Now this one actually came off of my M6, but I took one of those little zip tie holders with the 3M tape on the backside, and I cut it down into a little square, and you can see that stuck to this GH5 right here. I'll try to do a close-up of that after. But this little zip tie actually holds this little microphone. So what I used to do on a flip-up camera, this is an Edledge. This is an Edledge tiny microphone. That is all it is. So tiny. I put it into this little adapter, little extension cable. You can plug this into the side of your camera. And then I had that little tape thing right here. And that worked out really well for vlogging. This actually stays in my book bag for like an emergency situation. And you can get like a dead cat for the front of it too. You can order them. I've lost so many of them, it's not even funny, but little dead cat to protect against wind. This has been a good little directional mic. So for me, the next step up in recording is the Rode VideoMic Pro and Pro Plus. So I have some numbers written down here on these two because I always get them confused, but I originally started with the VideoMic Pro. The VideoMic Pro did not have an internal battery. It had a 9-volt battery. You had to change 9-volt batteries. It would go dead. It wouldn't automatically shut off. It was a very good microphone, but with some limitations. So they came out with the VideoMic Pro Plus. This one has an internal battery. It shuts off with your camera, so it's control. Like if it starts detecting signal, it'll turn on. You won't miss as much audio. So this one here gives you a little bit more control on the back versus a lot of the other microphones that I just showed you that are just basically plug them in and go, and all your controls are on the camera. This mic here, the VideoMic Pro Plus, has been a great mic. The only problem I had with this one, and it's going back to Rode, they're replacing it with no problems. This USB port came loose, and it doesn't charge. You have to kind of find an area to where you can get it to charge. So I am sending this one back. And what I may do is order another one so I'm not without it, because that's what screwed me up this weekend. I may order another one, have it come here, use it while this one's getting replaced, and then send it back whenever, because most of the time you have like a 30 to 45 day return policy. This is a great microphone. Works really well. I'd show it to you now, but it's probably dead. Read the reviews on it. It's a good microphone. So stepping up from your you know, shotgun mics on camera, you start getting into like wireless. The best thing that I think that came out this year, and I actually did an unboxing and a video on it, and I never published it. I was probably one of the first people to get one of these. I bought it, pre-ordered it. They came. I was like, let's do a video on them, and then I just started using them and kind of forgot all about it. So I do have a video somewhere of that. But these are really cool. You got a transmitter, receiver. The transmitter also has a built-in microphone. On the transmitter, you can plug in a dead cat for helping with wind. You could hold this in your hand if you wanted to and interview somebody. They did make a new set of these in the latest models that stick better to the, attach better to the transmitter. Those are on the way. They said it takes like 4 to 6 weeks to get them, but they've made a couple revisions, I guess, and fixed that because people complained the dead cat would fall off. But you could hold this. You can also clip it on your body if you don't mind seeing the box, and it has a built-in mic, so you get really good audio from those. Definitely recommend these. I use these all the time. They're always in my bag. Charged with USB-C, built-in batteries, no worries, doesn't really cost you anything. The receiver part fits right in a cold shoe mount or a hot shoe mount. Then you just plug small little audio cable from that unit right into your camera. Very compact if you want audio on the go wireless. It's worked well. There's some adjustment on there. You can turn your dBs up and down, which is very nice. So that's an option in wireless. So another cool thing is you can take, not only do you have the ability, if you don't want to actually see the transmitter, you can buy these in a kit where you get the lav mic, and you can plug your lav mic into the unit, hide this little tiny unit behind you, run the wire up, and you're pretty much covered there. So if you don't mind the wire, or you're in a situation where you don't want to see the box, you can do that too. So very versatile. The kit runs you like $275 or so. And if you don't want the kit, you can get these like Best Buy for like $199. Great option. Great option. I use these a lot. So far we got this little guy. We got the Video Micro. We got the Saramonic. We got the Rode. The next step in wireless, I've had pretty good experience with these, but the boxes are pretty big. Same thing, transmitter, receiver. These are set up. I got these in a kit. This is actually, I think, the Rode Link Filmmaker kit. It comes with a lav mic, transmitter, receiver. I did get mine with a little case, which I've never really used the stuff that it comes with. This is another great option. You get a lav microphone with it. So you would have the transmitter on your back and the receiver somewhere on the camera. But if you're using like a small DSLR or mirrorless camera, having this unit attached to it, that's big and bulky. So I'm not as much of a, I don't use these as much unless it's in a controlled environment. So we'll put these away. That's an option. Decent price point. So I'm an old school fan of the Sennheiser G3 series. I bought a dual kit which has the ability to mic up 2 people with lavalier microphones. So transmitter, receiver, transmitter, receiver. These have worked really well for me. They're go-to. I think there's a G4 series out now, and I think I have a note here too, like AVX ME2 series. You start getting into bigger dollars. So when I bought this kit, I think originally from B&H Photo, it was like $1,500. You got these are like the lav mics. You got your XLR cables that you can connect. I have a bunch of lav mics in here. I've replaced a couple because you got to be careful with them because you can pull the wires. But these have been like, I think these are like the industry standard for a long time. If you're filming more than one person and you want to have them mic'd up, this might be an option. My kit also came with the interview mic, which we do that from time to time, which has a wireless unit on the bottom and your microphone on top. So pretty much that's that kit. That's another option for you. You're starting to get into more money there. But the quality does get better a lot of times. I've had this microphone for a long time. This is another shotgun mic, and you can get shotgun mounts. This is probably considered like the shorter shotgun mics because some are longer. But this one here is XLR, so you'd need the XLR adapter on your camera. As a new YouTuber, you're not going to be probably going that route. But This is a really good mic. This is the Rode NTG2. I've probably had this for 10 years, maybe. And works like the day I got it. This has been a good mic, but we'll hang this in the air sometimes. That's an option. A lot of times if you're thinking about streaming or podcasting, a lot of people start with the Yeti Blue mic. This Yeti Blue mic I've used a lot. I bought a little adapter. Actually, I had an adapter from different cameras. But what I like to do with this is they have a mount for it that has the rubber seals on the side. I usually just put this thing on a tripod and run with it like that. As long as your table's not making noise and shaking, stuff like that, it works really well. Yeti Blues, they have smaller ones out nowadays. You can pick these up. These are good mics if you're doing a podcast. Another option, if you're podcasting, these Rode Procaster mics. These are really good. I've had good experience with these. These sit in my kit for, when we do podcasting. That's an option. I mean, it's all in what you're doing. I just wanted to help at least get you started. So here's the NT1 as well. I use this when I'm doing like voiceovers or podcasting or live streaming. This one's hooked up to a little mixer, and it's always kind of here ready to go. So those are some of the popular mics, the ones that I've used that I've experienced with. So some of the notable mentions that I don't have, that some of my friends have, that I haven't really needed to purchase, are the Rode VideoMic Go. That's about a $75 shotgun mic. The Rode NTG shotgun mic, they started about $280. The Rode MKE, which is like a run and gun, that's about $250. And then the Sennheiser MKE 600, that's a pretty popular shotgun mic. It's more this style. But those, like I said, anywhere from $350 when you start getting the things like this, all the way up into over $1,000. You can spend $2,000 on a mic. I don't think that's needed. The point of this video was to show you guys some options for having decent audio. Of course, there's all kinds of other things you can do to get better audio. But I'm looking at, when I set somebody up, or when somebody asks me at a show, hey man, what mic are you using? Or do you recommend this? This is what I use, what I have experience with. It's what's worked well for me. So I just want to thank you guys for watching and subscribing. I hope this was helpful in some way to you. If you're just getting started, I think there's some cool setups that don't cost you a lot that can really get you some decent audio. So we'll kick it over to Danny and Kevin real quick for that clip. I hope you guys subscribe. Appreciate you, and we'll see you in the next Pixel. So guys, at the end of the day before they leave, yes, Danny and Kevin, they signed a nice little photo for a children's foundation we support.
Amen.
And I appreciate that very much. I appreciate you guys for coming. Amen. Thank you so much.
Amen. You're welcome. You're watching Nick Pixel's YouTube, man.
Yeah.
And you need to stay tuned to it. Subscribe to it because it's going to keep bringing you cool stuff.
Absolutely. Nick Pixel TV.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Fly safe, drive safe, everything.
All right. Thank you.
So much. We'll see you soon.
All
right.
Thanks.
Take care, brother.
Yep.
Peace.